You know, from everyone from on Sing Sing set, from the PA to the star, we're all paid the same salary.
And thankfully, we were fortunate enough to sell the film such that we were able to issue checks to over 90 artists in the movie in the end at a time. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Lamont Tyson, Mr. Life Games, dropping you a very impactful video dealing with the broken system in Hollywood. Fans, you may not know it, but it is hard to get things greenlight in Hollywood. As someone who works in the industry, whether you're a writer, producer, or an actor, you know how tough it can be to get people to buy into whatever the project is, and then you've got to get out and find funding. Well, similar to what we just seen from Coleman Domingo's hit film Sing Sing, there is now a game changer coming into the marketplace called Share that aims to change everything. Share is going to be a place where if you're a cinematographer, if you're an actor, if you're an investor, or if you're just a fan of film and want to invest and pick the movies on the platform that get made, it is going to allow you to do so. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Your boy and your favorite writer, Lamont Tyson, is up there, and all of my films that I want to get done will be up here. And this is your opportunity to meet one of the co-founders, Erin, as she discusses how the Share platform is going to change Hollywood. Let's get into it.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that pull. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
How's everybody doing today? It's your favorite host, Lamont Tyson, the all-knowing, all-loving, all-feeling, all-seeing, all-powerful, just damn everything sexy as hell host who has a heart for Hollywood. And I understand the plight that people go through in Hollywood. And I also understand all the new technologies that can be used to help Hollywood. And I had to look no further than my good friend who's joining me today, Erin Norman, who's working on technology that can actually help people trying to get into Hollywood. Miss Erin, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm wonderful. Thank you so much, Lamont, for the warm introduction. You know, I'm a big fan, so thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
But Erin, we can't have Hollywood talent come to this show without giving you the Hollywood intro. This is for you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. What's so funny about that is that was Jamie Foxx, right? With his daughter.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I used to be his executive assistant.
I know.
Oh, you knew that? Okay. And his daughter is actually getting married soon, so that's interesting.
That is exactly why I picked that clip. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to do a good job and try to win someone over, do your homework. I knew she used to work with Jamie Foxx, okay? So that just gives you a little bit of her bona fides and gravitas in Hollywood. And she has come up with a wonderful idea to try to help connect people in Hollywood. I'm talking actors, producers, investors, screenwriters, everybody that can be involved in Hollywood. And now, Erin, I've got to ask you the tough questions about what you're creating. So the first question I want to ask you is something that I hear from a lot of people in Hollywood. And it's one of the things I think that had you come up with the idea. Take a listen to one of my homies talking about what it's like to break into Hollywood.
Every year, thousands of new actors move to LA hoping to hit it big and become Hollywood's next biggest actor. But unfortunately, not every dreamer can make it, and statistically, most of them don't. A 2019 career survey shows that unemployment rates in actors hover around 90%, and that as low as 2% of actors are able to make a living out of acting. Why is it that so many people don't make it in Hollywood? Why is it so hard to break into the acting industry and actually have a career?
Erin, talk to us about the struggles of Hollywood and how you feel like you have a solution for some of that pain.
Oh, yeah. One, that was a great clip. Because it is very accurate on the current state, but it's been like this for decades, even before the historic strikes last year. The issue with Hollywood in recent years, we'll say, is that it's been taken over by CEOs of corporations. And so no longer does the focus funding, most importantly, go to independent creatives. You know, they stick to that 1%, that small bubble of the same actors. It's Brad Pitt, it's Tom Hanks, it's this. They're green light, you know, only commercial projects. So independent artists don't have an opportunity to see their work get funded and, you know, have a theatrical release. Really, besides that, the streaming platforms and the you know, people not making enough money with all of these, because Peacock and Disney, everyone has jumped onto the Netflix model. And as you saw with the writer's strike last year, no one's making any money with that. So for me, my experience, I've been in this industry for 20 years. I've had short films and film festivals globally that were even featured on BET. I have a horror film right now, $250K, ultra low budget, that's on Peacock, but was on Apple TV. We did great, but we didn't make any money because of the streaming, you know, the way things are set up today. But I've been going at this for a long time, and I know a lot of people. And I've been knocking on the doors at Sony and Lionsgate. I've been in all these meetings and just have never been able to break in. And I hate that term, break in Hollywood, because I always feel like, why do artists have to break into this art form? And so what we decided to share is that, you know what, one, profit sharing. The way that that's been done in the industry is so one-sided. Like right now, Brad Pitt gets paid $15 million to do a movie, plus he gets back-end points and an executive producer credit. The rest of the crew below the line, they get nothing. But everyone contributed to the success of the film. Every single person. That's what we believe is share. Everybody that works on a project, makeup artist, set director, every single person deserves equity in the project. And gets to enjoy the success of the project. So that's what we decided to do. How we are going to help the industry is making sure we provide people with tools so that they can distribute these back-end points properly. They can get their projects done, whether they have a small budget, a big budget, or no budget. You might not have no budget and be in Michigan and find 6 people, kind of like Christopher Nolan did with his very first film, and say, hey, come on, everybody get on share. I'm going to set up the points. It's all legal. The legalities and all that stuff is put in there for you. So you could distribute those points and get to work on creating movie magic.
For someone who's not familiar with some of the terms used in Hollywood, explain to us what points is. Now, first of all, let's clarify what your app does. Your app is going to be a vessel that connects all the needed parts to make a film project work. And instead of just paying the top actors, everybody's going to get equally paid from top to bottom. Is that a good assumption of what the app is going to do?
Almost. So basically, and also too, our app is going to be rolling out later. So we're launching with our platform first, and then our app will come after that. But our tagline is connect, create, collect. So the first thing about our platform is that you don't have to be in Hollywood. Like the video you just showed, so many people move here. You know, with technology today, you don't have to be in Hollywood in order to, you know, find other people. So we have a geological tool built in our platform where you put in your zip code, wherever you are, or your postal code in the world, and immediately it'll show you other filmmakers around you and projects around you. So that's one thing. You could connect with other filmmakers and create that, you know, community. The second thing is create. You know, if you have projects and you're excited and you want to put it on the platform, you could say what you're looking for. We have every single tool, like step by step, the title of the project, the log line, the location of the shoot, how much the budget is. And then we also have a built-in back-end points calculator where you could kind of go through, and you have to distribute points to everybody that works, period. It doesn't have to be equal though. So like, obviously, if you get an Oscar-winning, you know, cinematographer that loves your project comes in, but, you know, you have a first, you know, maybe someone who just graduated from film school and, you know, is or makeup artist or something like that, you might not give them the same amount of points, but they will receive points. everybody deceives it. And it's up to the creator of the project to decide and distribute how they would like to see that done. So those are all the steps. After you create the project, you have an opportunity, because I am a filmmaker. I love my freedom. So I want, you always own your IP. So we don't own it. You could take it to festivals, TIFF, Sundance. You go and do whatever you want with your project, because we want you to succeed. If you could get a deal with Netflix or, I don't know, Discovery, Disney, go do all of that. But one thing that we say is that if you cannot, our guarantee is that your project will be on the share channel where you can monetize immediately. So that's one of the things we're trying to get people to understand, is that you don't have to go and do 10, 20 years in Hollywood and break in and go to New York, LA. Start right where you are and start with short films. On our platform, you can monetize short films, and you can also submit. We're talking to some festivals, and we're partnering with some festivals, and trying to ink in a lot of those deals, so that there's a portal to directly submit some of your projects to some of these film festivals.
Wow. So It sounds to me like Hollywood, for those who are not familiar, is a lot of collaboration, a lot of on the ground collaboration that goes beyond just the people you see on screen to make artwork that we love and adore.
Oh,
there's a film in African American lore that took a lot of collaboration, and I could only imagine they wouldn't have had the headache if Cher was around back in the day. Take a look at this film that is heralded as one of the top 5 most favorite African American films of all time, that used collaboration in order to get everything they need to get the film made. Take a look at this.
I wanted the essence of sex.
Yes. Well, I think this is it.
Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Wait. Damn.
This is the essence of sex. Voila.
One of my favorite movies, actually, and Eddie Murphy is my, literally, if someone said, who could you sit down with in Hollywood? He's my #1 pick. So that's another story. But yes, absolutely.
Classics such as that. There are tons of people who are writers and have these ideas, but can't break through.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you are on to a vehicle, a vessel that can help them do it utilizing technology. I always say it like this. Uber and Airbnb. A lot of people don't think of those as technology companies.
Right.
They think of them as Airbnb is like a hotel service. Uber is a taxi service. When in real honesty, they are technology companies connecting people to what they need.
Yep.
It sounds to me like this is what Share App is going to be doing.
Oh, absolutely. And, to your first point, filmmaking is a team sport. It is a team sport. Think of it as a football team. Your quarterback is usually your director. You know what I mean? And so that's why you need community to build and to create a film. And so yeah, that's the point you made before the boomerang clip. I wanted to say that, but we are a tech startup company. We are a tech company, and we are geared, and our mission is to serve filmmakers all around the world. But that is through the avenue of technology. Honestly, Share wouldn't have been able to work 20 years ago, because now it wouldn't have been able to work, because now you see all these amazing content creators, even like yourself, being able to reach masses through technology. Right now, even on YouTube, it's like you could reach someone in India right now. And you know what I mean? They could be watching, your show all the time, where years ago, we didn't have that type of technology. And now we have AI tools, which we are absolutely, providing as well on Share. We offer Market Me services. So just to let everyone know, it's free to join Share. You could join for industry, put in your zip code, see what's around you, create a profile. But the moment that you want to participate in profit sharing and you want to start, submitting yourself to a lot of projects or creating it, it's only $9.99 a month, which is extremely low compared to all the other platforms, because we really do want to serve the filmmakers, because we are the filmmakers, you know what I mean? And we need to charge that obviously for maintenance and legal. And then we have Market Me services that are $29.99 with AI tools, with the most advanced and, the latest technology that will help filmmakers create a pitch deck, create a teaser, create a poster. And even we have a customized on our platform, GPT, that you could put in some information, and immediately all the information about it'll give you, you could put in a young boy rides a skateboard on the moon, and, give me a movie synopsis. And our AI tools will create everything for you: log lines, storyline, synopsis, and everything to help you get off, especially as a new independent artist.
You mentioned how the app compares to other similar apps in the space.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of those similar apps, and how is Share different from those apps?
So what I always tell people when I've been talking and we've been meeting with brand ambassadors and advisors is that think of Share as like LinkedIn meets IMDb meets Instagram. So on one hand, it's the IMDb is the movie and music, because we have a music component as well. But we have that IMDb is an international movie database where it's just all information. You could find any director, producer, writer, anyone in the industry that has credits and stuff like that. You can literally find it on that database. We want to be able to show people everyone's work in that same fashion. So really on Share, your profile is your resume. Similar to LinkedIn, you could look at other people, you could look at jobs, you could submit yourself to a job. We won't allow any bad reviews. Instead, like LinkedIn, it would just be referrals or people, what's the word I'm looking for? When people endorse you. So obviously, Lamont, when you join and you put your profile, all the people that endorse you will let people know that your resume is legit. You've been endorsed by 20 people, including, top, actors and, featured industry professionals. And so that's the LinkedIn aspect. And then Instagram is the social, creating community, sharing news. We want people to be able to add their friends and create a network of their community online, and have that film industry community basically from their profile on the platform.
You've had a lot of success since you dropped this idea into the Hollywood landscape. Who are some of the bigger ambassadors or partners you've connected with wanting to help grow the message and the brand that is Share?
Well, one of our top advisors who I absolutely love, I've been a fan my entire life, is Tisha Campbell. We were invited. So one of our partners is the infamous Dave Brown. He is the founder of Indie Night Film Festival, and he's one of our partners. And he has been extremely incredible with helping us, introducing us to people and playing our explainer video at every film festival. And so he played it in San Francisco for the mayor. His father, Amos Brown, who is Kamala Harris's personal preacher. I mean, everyone was there. And Tisha Campbell happened to be there to promote one of her projects. After our video got off, she went to Dave and said, I need to meet her. And we met and instantly hit it off. And she totally got the platform. She was like, this is so needed. How do I be a part of it? We're like, say no more. Like we're big fans, and your experience in the industry for the last 40 years and your network is just so, valuable to us. So she is a brand ambassador that we're working with. We're getting advice from a good friend of ours, is Inman Young, who's the head of production at A24. Jabari Hearn is a global marketing superstar. He'll love me saying that, but he was a marketing executive at Google, Lyft, at Will Smith's company, Westbrook. He's our marketing advisor. And we just got another advisor on board from Kevin. He works with Kevin Hart's company, and he's been advising us. He was at Nike for years. And, it's just really important to get a lot of these industry professionals behind us,
Right.
really guiding us along the way and helping us on this venture. So those are the pretty, big, exciting people that we're working with. And we're going to be doing some campaigns with Tisha. She has some of her own projects that she wants to launch. So really exciting.
Wow. Rubbing elbows with Tisha Campbell's and Will Smith's and Hart Productions. I think I'm out of my league here. Maybe I should just stick to my little job here doing YouTube.
Oh, please.
Because I'm swinging with the big fish now. But having said that, there might be some people who don't know the film industry, but are excited about what you're doing. And there might be some business people who are really excited about what you're doing. And I can see them having these type of questions. How do I get involved? Mm-hmm. And if I get involved, how does the company itself make money so that I know my involvement one of these days down the road will be paid back?
Oh, okay. So a couple things. When you join Share, there's an opportunity. It says, actor, musician, or filmmaker, musician, and there's different categories. And there's also a fan category and that you could choose, or an investor. One of the things that's changed, and as far as like crowdfunding and that climate, is that people are kind of, the Kickstarters, the GoFundMe, the Indiegogo, which are amazing companies, by the way. But for years, people in the film industry have been using those platforms to raise funds for their movies. And they offer people a DVD or hat or credit in the movie, which is all great. But right now, there's equity crowdfunding. And fans, as like right now, Legion in Films, I encourage people to look that up. Their fans have raised over $19 million. And some of the lowest investment is like $40. So if you're a fan of film, if you're a fan of like wrestling, I see you are behind you, or animation, comic books, horror, and you see a project on Share that needs funding, gone are the days of just donating your money and, so you could go see the movie later. Now you could participate in the project. You can actually submit money to the project, or invest money, to the project, and actually have stock in it, have equity in the success of that. And so that's one angle. As an investor, we are currently in, our friends and family round, when, we're still raising funding, because the more funding we get, the more we can expand globally. The more we could provide to filmmakers, because our promise to all filmmakers is to always be investing in their projects. We have an initiative called Community Greenlight. And as we grow, you grow. So every time we hit a milestone number, we're investing in projects. But unlike Hollywood and the studios, where they pick the projects they think are going to make money, we're going to let the community decide what projects they want to see greenlit. And that, and Angel Films also, if anyone is, want to see how this is already being done, they're already doing this. And they did the movie, it was the kidnapping movie. It's a faith-based in Utah. I'm sorry, I was blanking on me, but they made $250 million on just raising funds. And they just raised another $20 million in the first couple of weeks of September. Not Hollywood studios, not executives, real people coming in to invest money into these projects. So as an investor, if you want to invest in Share, one of the things you have to think about and know really is the climate of the industry, the timing right now, why this is so important. People are losing their homes. They're moving out of California. Productions are down over 40%. So many shows have been canceled. People aren't hungry and thirsty. They're like dehydrated. They're ready for something new. So, and I know, because I am the film community. I have all these friends in the film community. These aren't people that are just starting. These are people that have worked on hit shows and, award-winning shows, and their phones aren't ringing right now. And so I tell anyone, like, when you join Share, there'll be an opportunity for you to see projects that you can actually invest in. You could be a product. If you love comic books and there's a movie there, like, invest in that project, and as a project creator, as the filmmaker, you can set up those parameters of like the minimum investment or the maximum. Obviously, if you are partially funded, you might have the minimum be 1,000 because you're almost there. But if you really want to do a campaign and make a lot of money and have enough money to take care of your crew and the whole production, you might say, hey, I need, I'm looking for 40,000 people to do, $200 because this is what we're going to do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So those are
Wow.
opportunities as well. Yeah.
Wow, my goodness. Oh. It seems like you guys have thought of everything. Obviously, it's easy to tell that you've had great successes in Hollywood, but you've also kind of ran into some stumbling blocks along the way of the success that has made it very, very easy for you to decipher the pitfalls in Hollywood, why film is down 40%. Here's another clip, and I want to know if it resonates with you about some of the hardest things that go on in Hollywood that prevent people from succeeding. Take a look at this.
The hardest part is getting in the room, is getting in front of people who can change your life, because the pool of people who can change your life is very small compared to all of the people who want an opportunity. All of LA is filled with dreamers who want to get in front of these people, this small group of people, and they keep their doors shut because a lot of people want their positions. In order to get into the room, it's very much about connections. And like I was saying, you could be the most talented actor in the world, but nobody may ever know it because you didn't have the person to get you in the room, or you weren't able to have somebody see your talent.
Yep.
Tell me, what is the plan that Cher has in place outside of the crowdfunding aspect? Is there a plan in place for Cher where it's going to go and meet some of those people that we're all seeking to get to at the top? In other words, it sounds like what she's talking about is you have the funders, the one percenters that we're all trying to get to. And we've been under this illusion that trickle down works when it's been proven it doesn't. So what is the plan for Cher to trickle up and get some of those 1% to be invested and start looking at what we're doing in film?
Well, here's the thing. Those people are called the gatekeepers, and they've had the doors locked only to a certain few for a long time. Cher isn't really trying to get to those people. If I'm being honest with you, we're trying to create a whole new avenue where we don't need those people. And what's going to happen is when we launch and the film community, they need us. We're the creatives. They need our ideas. They need us. They need people that go to AMC and watch these movies. That's why those are the people that should be investing in the money they spend all year at AMC. If you go to the movies all the time and you're going invest in a project you love and start making money off of that. But to get to those rooms and those doors, if I'm being really honest with you, we have no desire to break into that. We want to change the system completely. We want to create a whole new avenue where filmmakers don't need those people. At the end of the day, what is needed is the distribution, the Netflix, the Hulus, the Discover. Those things obviously we want those to stay in place because we want our filmmakers to be able to take those projects to those platforms so that they can monetize and sell their work and get distribution deals. Those are and we do know people right now at Netflix, like I said, A24, we have some of those connections. So we do have some campaigns and ideas that we want to do. We're already in talks with some of those distribution companies about getting, getting pre-distribution deals that help raise money for a project, already having something secure. We want to do something in 2025 called the Cher Showcase. Similar to like television upfronts, we invite some of these distributors to come and sit and see some of the top rated projects on the platform. There's a lot of things we want to do, but what we're trying to say is that club that Hollywood has been running forever, where it's, they only let a certain few in if you're bankable, if you're a celebrity. And this is the thing, that club isn't even working, Lamont, for like the top percent. So when you see Taraji doing interviews all over the internet talking about how the math ain't mathin', she's not making any money, that's real. When you see Zach Braff and Whoopi Goldberg have to go and do a Kickstarter campaign to get their funding for projects because even the studios aren't greenlighting their projects, that's big deal, because you're thinking if they can't get it, what about the rest of us independent filmmakers who don't even have the right phone number or email to contact people? So what we decided to share is that, okay, this system doesn't work for the 87+% of the film industry that are independent filmmakers. It's only been working for the select few. I mean, think about it. Over the last 30 years, it's the same number of movie stars. It's the Denzel Washington, the Tom Hanks, which again, I'm fans of all these people. I'm not saying anything against them, and their work is incredible. So you see why they're superstars, but Hollywood likes to recycle and reuse so that they can bank on profit.
Right.
You know, and so
they don't want to take risk. They don't want to take any risk.
No. And so that system has to be destroyed. We got to get rid of it, or it can stay in place, but we need new systems that, you know, the money is there. When you see that Legion Films is, you know, doing 19 million, and, you know, fans are coming in for Angel Films and raising 20 million in 2 weeks, it's like, oh, so this community is there. We just got to get together, and our platform wants to do that. Get together, y'all. This only works if we work. If we get together and we support each other and we build something, we're promising to invest in your projects. We have the connections, we have the technology. We need the community to actually build this and make it successful.
I'm gonna go ahead and start getting you off the off ramp, ladies and gentlemen. This young lady is an accomplished businesswoman, and dare I say, Black don't crack.
Thank you. I had to put my glasses on today. I was like, woo, feel a little puffy, but
oh, you are good.
Thank you.
I want us to talk about your platform is for all creators, but in your heart and some of the co-founders, there's a special place for minority creators and women creators, because those creators have had to have the most hurdles and barriers to overcome.
Oh, yeah.
And so my first line of questioning for you in regards to that is, why do you feel Black investors oftentimes show up late to the party when it's time to invest in emerging technology and industries? Do you feel like we don't have knowledge? Do you feel like there's a fear? Do you feel like there's a lack of understanding? What has made it so that Black investors don't see these emerging technologies and jump on them at the early stages so that 5-6 years from now, they can be writing down the IPO to a couple of billion?
Yeah, absolutely. It's information. I think that they haven't been privy to the right information. They're not in these rooms. You know, if you think about it, I'm the CEO of a tech startup company and I'm a Black woman. Do you know I'm like less than 1%? Like, I'm a unicorn over here. You know what I mean? And it's like, there's not a lot of Black people in the tech world. I mean, you know, Serena Williams now has her Serena Ventures. People are starting to get there, but, you know, Ashton Kutcher invested in this in Uber years ago and made over $250 million, you know, but he had the information. He's in those rooms. You know what I mean? And so unfortunately, I think, and I just saw a video with Magic Johnson saying like, we're the last to show up for these investments. And I think it's a lack of trust. I think it's a lack of information, like I said. And I also think that, you know, we've come so far as Black people. We weren't even allowed to bank and go into banks and do that. Like, you know, we, you know, our freedoms and stuff have come, you know, we're way behind everybody else, obviously. And so when you think about it that way, when there are, you know, African Americans that have success, that have the wealth to do that, a lot of times they're a little bit more cautious of losing it. And I've had these conversations because I have really, just pure honesty, I've gone out to us, our people first. And I've been like, listen, even if you had 0.004% right now of Netflix, you'd have like almost $5 million, 50 million. I got to remember the numbers.
It's something like that.
Patreon, you'd have $300,000. And that's like when Jeff Bezos did his friends and family, when everyone went out and talked to people, that investment was really low at the time. You can't come in now and get that. And so I've been really trying to speak to friends, family, and colleagues, but especially people of color in our community to say, you guys, this is something. If we all get in and everybody does something, and everyone's in the film industry too, and knowing what's going on, like we could build something incredible. But sadly, the response, the overwhelming response that I've been getting and support have not been from us. And I'm just being honest.
Do you think that some of that has to do with a lack of Black leadership in tech? And because I kind of feel like that has a little bit to do with it. But how do we overall bridge this gap with lack of leadership, lack of knowledge? How do we get our people to really realize the innovations in tech have made the most millionaires of any industry on the planet? It used to be oil and gas. Now it's tech. How can we get them to understand that this is a thing? And how can we get more leadership in tech?
I mean, and you said millionaires, billionaires. The billionaires that have been created in this last decade, 20 years, really, tech. It is not, it is all tech. And
Larry Ellison of Oracle right now is competing to be the richest man in the world because Oracle jumped on the stock market this week, and he's got significant holdings in NVIDIA and Tesla.
Oh yeah.
Elon Musk.
You
know, top 3 richest people in the world. Tech.
It's all tech. And so I've been really, trying to reach out to people to say like, hey guys, we're doing this round, come in, because I have the industry, we have all this, but we do need the leaders. And we also need people to have the information. So like we have an investor video that we put together because we're filmmakers. So, it's not just a pitch deck. We got to show you too what we're doing.
You gotta show it.
Yeah. And so we start the video with the problem, and you see Coleman Domingo talking about how he just did Sing Sing, and he did exactly what Cher's doing. He shared all the equity. So we talk about the problem, the solution, the industry, and then we actually give examples. Like Mandy Network is a film industry staffing platform website. They got 3.3 million subscribers at $14.99 a month. That is over $49 million a month that platform generates. And not hating, but it's a very simple staffing. Here's the job, submit your website. There's no bells and whistles. And so,
well, Erin, can I be honest with you? Being a fan and being someone who follows a lot of things, how do people know about these apps? Like, I didn't know about half the things we just talked about until it was late. I didn't know about Patreon early. This is my first time hearing about Mandy. How can we get the word out where our community resides so that they can take advantage of these opportunities other than social media? Of course, we can do that. But what are some other ways we can utilize to get the word out? Because share is that next thing.
Yeah, thank you. I've been reaching out to do panels and go to certain schools and really talk to people. And, my thing is, I'm not showing up to say, hey, I'm a startup, give us your money. It's like, even if you don't invest in this, find other new startups. There are websites and there are certain platforms that tell you about some of the new, startups, like Start Engine and WeFunder are platforms. And we're actually trying to partner with WeFunder because we would love to have like just a avenue for people to just, if they want to create an equity crowdfunding campaign, that could go right to them. But Start Engine, one of the founders or investors is Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. You could go to these platforms and you could type in new startups, whether it is biotech, film, whatever it is you're interested in. And they'll tell you the new startups that are looking for investors. Our community doesn't know that. So thankfully, because you have a great audience, because we're out here, like we could get the word out. It's Start Engine, WeFunder. There's other ones. And maybe that's another conversation we should have. Maybe we should start our own website of a list of all the Black startups, but
you know
what I mean?
We need to start our own YouTube series, helping the Blacks with tech.
Yes. But jump in because when you think about it, these tech companies are making, these CEOs are making billions of dollars. When you see these homes being sold for 50 million, 20 million, those are tech owners. They're not the celebrities. I'm sorry, but Brad Pitt, he's never going to have the money that Jeff Bezos has. Like, they're the stars and they do it and they're wealthy in their own right. But like billionaires, things that change our communities, you know, things that actually, as Black billionaires, things that we could reinvest into our communities, create projects and films and, you know, everything. There's so much we can do, you know, with that type of revenue.
Let me speak to my audience as I get to the last questions I got for you. As she spoke about tech, people that follow me and go deep digging into me and my YouTube videos know that one way I've been very successful in life is that I'm avid at stock trading and stock investing. Tech is what got me to the dance, ladies and gentlemen. I'm nerdy enough that because I've run some businesses and still do hold real estate, I go through balance sheets. I see what R&D budgets are being spent. I look at what companies have a monopoly in the marketplace. And when I used to give my stock picks up here, they were mostly tech. And because they were mostly tech, a lot of people have made a lot of money just corresponding with me back and forth. And I always tell them it's all about tech. And that's what we're trying to get everybody to understand. And I can see some of those same visions happening with Share, which leads me to this. What is your 3-year outlook as we're preparing to get ready to see the launch of the app? And when are you planning to launch the app?
Okay. Our soft launch will be at the end of this month, within the next 3 weeks. As you know, with tech, thank you so much. You know, they always say to you, tech is and I guess I should say a date too. Tech is a flex space. So we had a date in August. We had early October is our launch date. I don't want to do a definitive date because, as you know, you go back and forth with developers, excuse me, and it could be that one little thing. So early October 2024 is when we're launching. 3 years. Our goal, we have a whole plan too. Like with, you know, our pro subscription is $9.99 a month. You know, for 3 years, my dream would be to get filmmakers and musicians, because also the platform will be for musicians as well who want to submit music to films and shows or want to find a director for a music video. But my dream would be to get to 5 million subscribers. That right there would be $50 million a month at a flat, you know, pro subscription. Our goal is to serve the filmmaker. So with that type of revenue, that means the platform makes 600 million a year. We want to give away, we want to do quarterly investments. So our first round of investment for a community greenlight could say, you know, hey, for this round, we're looking for animated feature, we're looking for a horror short, we just want to constantly give, you know, money back to the filmmaker. What that looks like for us is next year, we need to be at all the film festivals. We really need to talk to independent filmmakers and let them know that we're here, we exist, we want to connect you. So even if you don't live in London, if you're going to spend a summer in London, put London in the zip code, see what projects are there that you can work on. You know, it's really about letting them know that we have the platform, the AI tools, and everything you need to get started or to keep, you know, your career going if it's been stagnant with Hollywood. So 3 years is to our first year, we'd like to get our goal is 25,000 subscribers, paid subscribers. That keeps the platform going. That's our legal team, our maintenance, and then we could start onboarding employees. But our 3-year plan is to have, you know, at least 20 productions a year, features. And
wow.
Oh yeah, like
wow.
A24.
20 a year? Wow.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be incredible. Wow. And, you know, and really to get as many people on the platform making money. That's it. That's where I struggle with it. I'm creative as all hell. I could write 20 scripts. I got projects. It's not, I don't have the creative, you know, blockage or anything. It's just being able to monetize and make a living. And that's really what's so important, is that we have so many creative people that just can't seem to get a break in this industry and make enough to support their families and still be creative. So 3 years down the line, our films are, you know, our creators' films have been submitted and accepted to film festivals. We are in full swing of community greenlight. We have a $1 billion valuation. That would be incredible. Yeah, that's our goals. That's our goals for the next 3 years. And we're taking it step by step because technology seems to be moving so fast. So we'll have to reevaluate and keep, you know, moving as everything changes.
For full transparency to anyone watching this video and to my personal audience on YouTube, those of you that follow my journey, you know I'm very peculiar. I'm very didactic, and I am very patient when it comes to doing my research about companies and getting involved. I'm here to tell you all, not only am I going to get involved as a creative, I'm also getting involved for some back end things, working with the company as well. I think I view this as an opportunity in technology. I view this as an opportunity for filmmakers. I see the vision and I believe in the vision. And any way I'm allowed to help, I am helping with share. And having said that, Erin, how can others that see the vision have someone they want to tell about the vision or want to get involved? How can they contact you?
Right now, until we launch the platform, our soft launch, we have our adopter site up. It's www.theshareplatform.com. And you could go and literally, submit your email, and it'll put you on our list. And we have our news blast that we'll be sending out. But if you are interested in even, investment opportunities in the platform, you could, email me at Erin@theshareplatform.com. I want to connect with everybody. I want to talk to everybody, but submit your email to theshareplatform.com, and we're going to be sending out some information, not just about investing, but joining, creating a profile, some of the contests we have, some of the campaigns. We're working with Belize Global Media, and they want to put a contest on there because they want to invite people to come and look at filming in their location in the Caribbean, and they're offering someone a free trip to come see that. So we got a lot of amazing things going on, but we got to roll them out strategically, not all at once. So for more information, definitely do that. And we will be sending out news blasts and newsletters and keeping everyone informed on what we're doing.
Erin Norman, it's been a pleasure. I look forward to knowing that 3 years from now, when you about to go IPO, you sitting on a 1.2 billion evaluation. You ain't gonna forget about me, are you? You still gonna let me have a seat at the table by that point in time?
Please. We're going to be coming to your studios, and your projects are going to be on you better be putting it on our platform. We're super excited about it. So this is already done. So it's exciting.
We're jointed. We gave you the Hollywood intro. We definitely had to give you the Hollywood outro. This is for you. Thank you so much for your time. Wow. When you want to hug somebody who's come up with something revolutionary, if you can't do it physically, you show it to them, and then you give them the Hollywood clap.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to know you now and consider you a great friend. I know you have an amazing projects and everything that you're doing. I'm super excited. I'm glad that you invited me on here. I'm honored to be a part of it. So thank you again.
Ladies and gentlemen, please go check out the emails, see what they're doing, keep up with me because I'm going to be following and working with them as well. And until our next Sexy as Hell video, we out.
Deuces. Bye.